Hello and welcome to Warriors Weekly, a show in which we go page by page of every single book in Warriors series and then talk and discuss each single named character that appears in the story, while drawing them. The subject of today's video is Smudge. When talking about Smudge, people tend to forget that he is more than just Firestar's kidhood friend. In the first volume, Into the Wild, he serves as a foil to Firepaw. Whereas Rusty is restless and unhappy with his life as a kitty pet, Smudge is quite satisfied. When he sees baby sparrows, he is excited, but he does not care to hunt, because he is quite happy with the brown pellets his two legs feed him, whereas Rusty finds the pellets awful and dreams about eating raw meat. When Bluestar tells Rusty about what happens after a kitty pet meets a vet, Rusty is horrified, whereas Smudge couldn't care less. He's not bothered by a thought that soon he will no longer be a Tom. To him it doesn't matter. He still can have fun, even if he cannot have kids. Later, when Firepaw meets Smudge during his assessment, he sees more than just his childhood friend. He sees in Smudge everything he could become, if only that fateful day after having a dream about catching a mouse, instead of going to the woods and meeting Greypaw, Rusty would decide to go back to his two-leg and stay in his household. And indeed this moment, when Firepaw sees everything he could have been, he realizes that he do not want to be this. He does not want to be a kitty pet. He truly belongs with the clans. The analogy between Smudge and Firestar goes even further in Firestar's quest. In this book, Smudge, like once Rusty, starts to receive dreams from StarClan. However, whereas Rusty responded with growing restless and starting to stare at the woods more and more until he finally decided to visit it, Smudge is horrified. He is quite happy with his life. He wants to be a kitty pet. He is not happy at all about a prospect of becoming a wild card. And so, instead of running to Firestar and asking if he can join the ThunderClan, he runs to Firestar and begs him to do something to make the dream stop, because Smudge doesn't want to live his life. And so these two characters, Rusty and Smudge, even though they come from exactly the same background, because they were both kittens of the same age, in the same neighborhood, with the same upbringing and in the same living conditions, even though they had such a similar potential to begin with, they both turn out so differently in the end. And even when they are placed in similar situation, each of them makes different choices, which helps to highlight Fireheart's character. However, we need to remember that even though Smudge is a foil to Firepaw, and he is often shown as plump and somewhat spoiled and lazy, he is still shown to be a good person. He does care deeply for his friend Rusty and warns him about not going to the woods, and later, when Rusty announces that he wants to join feral cats, Smudge is the one to point out to his friend that maybe he shouldn't trust strangers so easily. And later, when he meets Firepaw, then a wild cat, he's worried that his friend is so thin and asks Firepaw if his new owner is taking proper care of him. This shows that even though Smudge is a foil to Firestar, he is still not vilified or portrayed to be dumb or unsympathetic. What do you think about Smudge? Do you enjoy his character? Do you wish he appeared more in the Warriors series? Please write all of your thoughts in the comments below. This is all for today. See you again next week in another episode of Warriors Weekly. Bye bye!